Top 3 nuts destroying your kidneys. Have you ever looked at your blood test and seen your creatinine number just a little high, 1.3, 1.4, maybe 1.6, and thought, it's fine. I feel okay? I've heard that from hundreds of patients. But here's the truth. Most people never hear those small numbers. Can be the first warning that your kidneys are struggling in silence. And sometimes, the cause isn't what you think. Why are so many people doing everything right and still watching their kidney numbers go up? They stop eating red meat. They avoid salt. They drink plenty of water. They switch to healthy snacks, nuts, seeds, protein bars, thinking they're doing their body a favor. Yet, every month, their lab results tell a different story. They're trying so hard to live clean. They cut out sugar. They walk every morning. They trade chips for almonds, cookies for cashews, and feel proud of it. You might be doing the same right now, believing those small handfuls of nuts are protecting your heart and keeping your diet balanced. But here's the twist. Some of those very snacks labeled superfoods are quietly raising your creatinine, overloading your kidneys with minerals they can no longer handle. It doesn't happen overnight. It's slow, invisible, and easy to miss until fatigue, swelling, or high blood pressure suddenly appear. Your kidneys are like two filters running day and night. They're delicate, precise, and once damaged, they rarely warn you out loud. That's why even one small mistake repeated daily, like choosing the wrong type of nut, can quietly build up toxic waste that no amount of clean eating later can undo. If that sounds alarming, good, because awareness is the first step toward healing. I'm not here to scare you, but to show you what really happens inside your body when you snack on the wrong foods, even the ones the label says are healthy. So today, we're cutting through the noise. No trends, no fads, just science and experience. I'll show you which 3 popular nuts can silently raise your creatinine and which 3 can do the opposite, helping your kidneys recover and your energy return. Let's start with the real reasons creatinine rises in the first place. Because once you understand that, every food choice you make will start to make sense. Before we talk about the specific foods that can harm your kidneys, we need to understand why creatinine rises in the first place. Most people think it only happens when you already have kidney disease. But the truth is, for many older adults, creatinine climbs slowly not because of illness, but because of daily habits that quietly wear the kidneys down over time. Let's start with protein. You've probably heard that protein is good for you. It builds muscle, keeps you full, and supports recovery. That's true. But when you eat too much of it, especially from animal sources like red meat, poultry, or protein shakes, your kidneys have to work overtime. Each gram of extra protein produces more urea and creatinine, forcing your kidneys to filter harder, hour after hour. Over months and years, that constant pressure can lead to a steady rise in your creatinine levels. The second silent reason is dehydration. Many seniors simply don't drink enough water. They sip coffee or tea all morning, but barely drink plain water throughout the day. When your body is dehydrated, your blood becomes concentrated, and creatinine appears higher, not because your kidneys suddenly failed, but because there's not enough fluid to flush the waste out properly. Over time, though, chronic dehydration does cause real damage, reducing filtration capacity permanently. Third, medications. Pain relievers like ibuprofen or naproxen, and even some antibiotics, can reduce blood flow to the kidneys. They seem harmless because they're available over the counter, but long-term or frequent use slowly weakens those delicate filters. Fourth, uncontrolled blood pressure and diabetes. These two are the biggest long-term drivers of kidney decline. High sugar and pressure damage the tiny blood vessels in your kidneys, leading to inflammation, scarring, and a gradual drop in filtration. And finally, the most surprising cause, eating healthy foods that overload your kidneys with minerals they can no longer balance. Foods rich in potassium and phosphorus like certain nuts, seeds, and plant milks may be excellent for heart health, but they can quietly raise creatinine when your kidneys are already under strain. So even when you're doing everything right, eating clean, avoiding junk food, staying active, one small habit repeated every day can work against you. The key is knowing which foods help your kidneys and which ones push them closer to exhaustion. And that brings us to the next part. Let's look closely at 3 common nuts that seem healthy, but can silently raise your creatinine and make your kidneys work harder than they should. Cashews are one of the most popular nuts in America, creamy, rich, and often seen as a healthy snack for the heart and brain. They're full of magnesium, iron, and healthy fats, which help support energy and blood circulation. On the surface, they seem like a perfect choice. But for your kidneys, especially if your creatinine levels are even slightly elevated, cashews can quietly do more harm than good. Here's why. Cashews are extremely dense in phosphorus and protein, around 660 milligrams of phosphorus and 18 grams of protein per 100 grams. Those numbers might look harmless, but for weakened kidneys, they're a real challenge. When phosphorus builds up in your bloodstream, it doesn't just stay there. It attaches to calcium, forming hard deposits inside your blood vessels, making them stiff and narrow. That extra pressure raises blood pressure and pushes creatinine even higher. It's like asking a tired filter to push dirty water through a blocked pipe. It simply can't keep up. The problem gets worse when you eat cashews along with other high-phosphorus foods like cheese, meats, or protein bars. And remember, most people don't stop at one handful. Just a small bowl can bring you close to your daily phosphorus limit, which the American Journal of Kidney Diseases recommends keeping below 800 to 1,000 milligrams per day for kidney patients. If you love cashews, moderation is key. A few pieces once or twice a week are usually fine for those with healthy kidneys. But if your creatinine is already rising, it's best to avoid them entirely. Replace them with lower phosphorus options like macadamia or walnuts instead. For those who can't resist their creamy flavor, try blending a single tablespoon of soaked cashews into a smoothie once a week. It gives you that texture without overloading your system. Always choose unsalted. Raw cashews, roasted, or flavored varieties often come with added sodium, which can further strain your kidneys. If you're wondering whether cashews have been part of your daily snack routine, this might be the wake-up call your kidneys need. I'm Dr. Mattheus from Kidney Health 365. If you've learned something new today, tap the like button and subscribe for more kidney-saving tips. Now that you know why cashews can be a hidden danger, let's look at another nut that seems healthy but can quietly raise your creatinine even faster: almonds. Almonds are often praised as one of the healthiest nuts, rich in vitamin E, fiber, and heart-friendly fats. They can help lower cholesterol, stabilize blood sugar, and support brain function. For most people, almonds are a symbol of clean eating. But when it comes to kidney health, especially if your creatinine levels are rising, almonds can quietly work against you. Here's the science behind it. Almonds are naturally high in potassium, about 200 milligrams in just 1 ounce, or roughly 23 almonds. That may not sound like much, but when your kidneys are struggling to filter waste, potassium builds up quickly in the blood. This condition, called hyperkalemia, can cause muscle cramps, weakness, irregular heartbeat, and even serious complications if left unchecked. The American Journal of Kidney Diseases recommends people with kidney issues limit potassium to about 2,000 milligrams a day, which means even 2 handfuls of almonds could push you over that limit. What's tricky is that almonds seem safe. They're plant-based, high in antioxidants, and low in carbs. But for weakened kidneys, too much potassium is like pouring water into an already full glass. It overflows. Over time, the buildup increases creatinine levels and makes you feel fatigued or bloated without realizing why. If you enjoy almonds, portion control is everything. Keep it to 5 or 6 pieces once or twice a week. And avoid almond milk, which often contains added minerals that can further strain your kidneys. Always choose raw, unsalted almonds over roasted or flavored varieties, which usually have added sodium. A helpful variation is to soak almonds overnight and peel them in the morning. This simple step removes tannins and reduces mineral load slightly, making them gentler on digestion. You can also switch to lower potassium nuts like macadamia or walnuts. Both are safer and still heart-healthy. People taking potassium-sparing diuretics or ACE inhibitors should be extra cautious, as combining them with high-potassium foods can be risky. Now I want to hear from you. If almonds are part of your daily routine, comment 1. If you've stopped eating them after learning this, comment 0. Coming up next, we'll talk about another popular snack that looks harmless, but can trigger inflammation and even kidney stones if eaten too often: chestnuts. Chestnuts are warm, soft, and comforting, the kind of snack that reminds many of us of the holidays. They're low in fat, rich in fiber, and full of vitamin C, which makes them seem like a healthy, guilt-free treat. But for anyone with rising creatinine or weakened kidneys, chestnuts can quietly become a hidden danger. Unlike almonds or cashews, chestnuts are mostly made of carbohydrates. Nearly 80% of their calories come from starch. That means they can raise your blood sugar quickly, especially if eaten in large portions or alongside other carbs. High blood sugar is one of the most common triggers for kidney damage because it inflames and scars the delicate filters inside your kidneys. Over time, that extra work pushes creatinine levels higher and slows your filtration rate. But there's an even bigger problem: oxalates. Chestnuts contain moderate to high levels of oxalates, natural compounds that can bind with calcium to form kidney stones. According to the Mayo Clinic, a diet rich in oxalates over 100 milligrams per day increases the risk of stone formation, especially in people over 60 or those with reduced kidney function. Just 1 cup of roasted chestnuts can bring you close to that limit. If you love chestnuts, the safest way to enjoy them is in very small portions, just 1 or 2 pieces occasionally. Never by the handful. Try pairing them with high-calcium, low-oxalate foods like milk alternatives or leafy greens such as kale to help block oxalate absorption. Always drink plenty of water afterward to help flush any mineral buildup before it reaches your kidneys. Avoid canned or candied chestnuts, since they often contain added sugar and preservatives that make the problem worse. And never eat them daily. Moderation is your best protection. If you've been eating roasted chestnuts thinking they're a light snack, you're not alone. Many seniors make the same mistake. Let me know in the comments. Type 1 if you love chestnuts, or 0 if you've decided to skip them for your kidneys' sake. Now that we've covered the 3 nuts that can quietly raise your creatinine, let's shift to the good news: the nuts that actually help your kidneys heal and restore balance naturally. Flax seeds may be small, but they pack an incredible punch when it comes to supporting kidney health. They're rich in omega-3 fatty acids, especially alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, along with fiber and plant-based antioxidants called lignans. Together, these compounds work like a gentle internal cleanser, reducing inflammation, binding waste, and helping your kidneys filter more efficiently. Here's how they do it. When inflammation builds up in the tiny kidney tubules, your filtration slows down and creatinine levels begin to rise. The omega-3 seconds in flax seeds act as natural anti-inflammatories, soothing those overworked tissues and restoring smoother blood flow. Meanwhile, the soluble fiber in flax seeds helps trap and carry out waste products like urea and nitrogen through the digestive system, instead of leaving all the work to your kidneys. It's like giving your filters a helping hand every single day. One clinical study published in the Renal Failure Journal found that participants who ate 30 grams of ground flaxseed daily for 12 weeks saw an average 18% drop in blood creatinine levels. That's a powerful result for something that costs pennies a day. But there's one key rule: you must grind them fresh. Whole flax seeds often pass through your body undigested, meaning you lose most of their benefits. Use a small coffee or spice grinder and store the ground powder in a sealed jar away from heat and sunlight. 1 to 2 tablespoons a day is enough. You can sprinkle them over oatmeal, stir into yogurt, or blend into a smoothie with almond milk and banana for a gentle detox start. Always drink plenty of water afterward, since flax fiber expands as it absorbs fluids. And if you're on blood-thinning medications or have digestive issues, talk with your doctor before adding large amounts to your diet. Flax seeds naturally thin the blood slightly and may cause mild bloating if overused. Have you ever tried flax seeds before? Comment 1 if they're already part of your diet, or 0 if this is new to you. Up next, we'll explore another misunderstood nut that's surprisingly gentle on your kidneys: the creamy and heart-healthy macadamia. Macadamia nuts are often seen as indulgent, rich, buttery, and luxurious. But here's the truth. For people with high creatinine or reduced kidney function, macadamias can actually be one of the safest and most kidney-friendly nuts you can eat. Unlike almonds or cashews, they're low in potassium and phosphorus, two minerals that can overload weak kidneys when consumed in excess. What makes macadamia nuts so special is their fat profile. Nearly 80% of their total fat content comes from monounsaturated fats, the same heart-healthy fats found in olive oil. These fats help lower inflammation in your blood vessels and improve circulation to your kidneys, allowing them to filter waste more efficiently. Even more impressive, macadamias contain a rare nutrient called omega-7, or palmitoleic acid. Studies published in the Journal of Functional Foods show that omega-7 can lower inflammatory markers that damage kidney tissue, supporting smoother filtration and more stable creatinine levels. Macadamias are also naturally low in protein and free from oxalates, which means they don't create the same kind of metabolic waste or kidney stone risk that other nuts do. This makes them a gentle, sustainable energy source, especially for older adults or anyone managing chronic kidney disease. To enjoy their benefits safely, stick to about 5 to 7 nuts per day. Eat them mid-morning or mid-afternoon when your metabolism is active. Always choose raw or unsalted varieties. Roasted or salted versions often contain added sodium that can raise blood pressure and stress your kidneys. If you like variety, you can chop macadamias into oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or mix them with low-sodium seeds for a kidney-safe snack mix. A simple variation many people enjoy is macadamia, butter smooth, creamy, and easy to digest. It can replace peanut butter for those who need a lower protein, lower potassium spread. Remember, even good fats need moderation. Too many nuts can still add extra calories, which may affect weight and blood sugar. Next, we'll move to one of the most powerful nuts of all, a true protector for both your heart and kidneys: the mighty walnut. Walnuts are often praised for brain health, but their real power reaches much deeper, straight to your kidneys. These wrinkled little nuts are packed with nutrients that fight inflammation, improve blood flow, and protect the tiny filters inside your kidneys from oxidative damage. For anyone with elevated creatinine or early-stage kidney issues, walnuts can be a quiet but powerful ally. The secret lies in their unique nutrient profile. Walnuts are one of the richest plant sources of alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA, a type of omega-3 fatty acid that helps calm inflammation at the cellular level. When inflammation drops, your kidney tissues can breathe again and repair the micro-damage that slowly raises creatinine. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that regular walnut eaters had 30% lower levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a key marker of inflammation, and showed measurable improvements in kidney filtration within weeks. But that's not all. Walnuts are also rich in polyphenols and vitamin E compounds called tocopherols, which act like shields against oxidative stress, one of the main culprits behind kidney decline. Think of these antioxidants as armor that protects your kidney cells from daily wear and tear caused by high blood sugar, blood pressure spikes, or toxins in your bloodstream. And unlike almonds or cashews, walnuts have moderate potassium and phosphorus levels, making them one of the safest nuts for people managing mild to moderate kidney disease. To get the most benefit, eat 4 to 5 walnut halves per day, preferably soaked overnight and lightly toasted in the morning. Soaking removes enzyme inhibitors, making them easier to digest and increasing nutrient absorption. Avoid salted or flavored walnuts, as added sodium and preservatives can undo their benefits. If you want to change it up, blend soaked walnuts into smoothies or sprinkle them over oatmeal for a nutty, satisfying crunch. They're an easy way to add kidney-friendly fats and antioxidants without overloading your system. Now that you've learned which nuts can harm and which can heal, it's time to go over a few important cautions, practical tips, that can help you enjoy these foods safely while protecting your kidneys every day. Before you make any changes to your diet or start adding new nuts and seeds, there are a few important cautions to keep in mind, because even natural foods can cause harm if used in the wrong way. First, moderation is key. Even kidney-friendly nuts like flax seeds, macadamias, and walnuts are dense in calories and healthy fats. Eating too many can lead to unwanted weight gain or digestive discomfort. Stick to small, consistent portions, 1 to 2 tablespoons of flaxseed or 5 to 7 macadamia nuts or 4 to 5 walnut halves per day. When it comes to kidney health, steady balance always wins over excess. Second, avoid salted or flavored versions. Added sodium, sugar, or artificial coatings found in packaged nuts can silently sabotage your kidneys by raising blood pressure and fluid retention. Always read the labels. The best options are raw, unsalted, and free from preservatives. Third, be cautious if you take blood thinners or have digestive sensitivities. Flax seeds can mildly thin the blood and expand with fluid, which may cause bloating if consumed dry or without enough water. Walnuts and macadamias, though generally safe, can trigger allergies in some people. If you notice any itching, swelling, or discomfort, stop immediately and consult your doctor. Fourth, remember that not all plant-based milks are safe replacements. Almond milk, for example, may contain added phosphorus and potassium, two minerals that can build up in the blood when kidney function declines. Always choose kidney-safe alternatives like oat or rice milk with low phosphorus labeling. And finally, timing matters. Try to avoid heavy or fatty snacks late at night. Your kidneys do most of their repair work while you sleep, and eating rich foods right before bed can slow that process. Taking these precautions allows you to enjoy the healing benefits of nuts without putting extra strain on your kidneys. Now that you know how to protect yourself from common mistakes, let's bring everything together and close with a few powerful reminders. Simple truths that can help you take control of your kidney health starting today. So today, we've learned something that most people never realize. The foods we think are healthy can sometimes hurt our kidneys, while others quietly help them heal. Cashews, almonds, and chestnuts may look harmless, but for anyone with elevated creatinine, they can silently push the kidneys closer to overload. On the other hand, small daily servings of flax seeds, macadamia nuts, and walnuts can calm inflammation, reduce waste buildup, and support natural kidney repair. The message is simple but powerful. Your kidneys respond to every choice you make. What you eat today can either protect them or quietly harm them tomorrow. Kidney problems often progress silently by the time symptoms appear. The damage may already be severe. That's why starting today matters. And here's the good news. Improvement doesn't require drastic changes. Healing begins with small, consistent actions. Maybe it's replacing salted almonds with a few macadamias, or adding ground flax seeds to your oatmeal. These may seem like tiny steps, but over time, they can lower creatinine, improve energy, and bring your kidneys back into balance. If there's one thing I want you to remember, it's this: your body is capable of healing when you give it the right tools. Trust that process. Each mindful choice, each glass of water, and each healthy meal is a quiet act of protection for the organs that have been working non-stop for you. As always, this information is for educational purposes only. It doesn't replace medical advice. Before making big changes to your diet, talk with your healthcare provider, especially if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or chronic kidney disease. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Kidney Health 365. It helps more people discover natural, science-based ways to protect their kidneys. And don't miss our next video, Top 10 Low-Potassium Foods to Protect Your Kidneys and Avoid Dialysis. You'll discover simple, delicious foods that help keep your kidneys strong without sacrificing taste. I'm Dr. Mattheus. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay hopeful, and take care of your kidneys every single day.